Okay, I am working on a Chrysler 300 and the transmission wasn't shifting properly. I'm in the back because the battery is in the trunk. When I put the scanner on, it had a code which was let me turn this off. The code was a C1035, right rear wheel speed comparative performance. Now when I looked at the scanner, you could see and test drove it that it was not reading properly. Actually it was reading 0, while all the other 3 speed sensors were reading the way they were supposed to be reading or sending the proper signal. Well, what it ended up being is a bad axle. There's a tone ring on that axle that the speed sensor is supposed to read, and it had rusted off. But the reason that I am showing this video is that the sensors are Hall effect, 2-wire Hall effect sensors. Okay, and you're supposed to read them with an oscilloscope, but I found out that you really don't have to do that when you don't have a signal at all, and I'm going to show you what I did. Okay, down there, let's see where we are. Down here in the bottom here, let's see if we can see it. We have the wiring that's down here at the bottom, and you have the wiring for the left rear and for the right rear. Well, what I was able to do was, let's see if we can get in there where you can see it. Shucks. This light is okay, here we go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the T-pins inside this right rear speed sensor wire, which one is a green with an orange stripe. The other is, looks like green with a light blue stripe. Okay, I'm gonna put those T-pins in there, and I'm gonna show you how you can actually see a signal with a Hall effect sensor with a digital voltometer. Okay, I got the T-pins in the wiring for the right rear speed sensor, which was the one that was not that was bad. Okay, the other 2 are for the left rear. Now what I did, I stuck the T-pins in on the left rear, and it showed 0.056. Now I had it in the AC volts. When the tire began to spin, it went to 0.16 something or 0.17 something. It wouldn't go any faster, but it did at least show me that there was some activity there. That's the one that was working, the left rear speed sensor, that was working. But the right rear speed sensor, it showed 0.056, but when the wheel started to turn, it still stayed at 0.056. It wasn't working. So I want to show you this so that you can see that you can at least see some activity. You may not be able to see every blip, which in a oscilloscope will show you, but if a sensor is not sending a reading whatsoever, you're able to do this test, and at least you can say, okay, the sensor is either bad or the tone ring is bad. Okay, right now with the wheel not spinning and the car is running at an idle, it's showing 0.057. The wheel is not spinning. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the car in gear and let the wheel spin so you can see the change is going to take place when the sensor starts reading. Okay, so it's spinning 0.183. That wheel spinning?
Yeah.
Okay, 0.183. Okay, step on the brake. Okay, wheel stop.
Yeah.
Okay, it stopped. Is at 0.059. Okay, that's it. Okay, with the engine off, the key is not on, but the engine off, and I still have AC volts here. I see where it was reading 0.000 or 0.001. Now when I turn the key on, it would read 0.056, and then when the wheel starts spinning, it would read 0.16 something or 0.17 something, which note that there was activity there. Okay, so this is a method, I guess you could use the scope, as long as you don't, excuse me, not scope, the digital voltometer, as long as you have it on AC volts, to be able to determine if you're getting a signal from the meter, or not from the meter, to be able to determine if you're getting a signal from the sensor. Okay, we're going to try this again. Right now it's off, the ignition is off. Let me see if I can set this where I can show you this. Okay, the ignition is off. I'm going to turn the ignition on and start the car up. Now you see it went to 0.086, 0.087. Now I'm going to put it in gear and let the wheel spin. Okay, put in gear and let the wheel spin. With the wheel spinning, it went to 0.182, 0.187. Okay, so activity is there. Now I'm going to go to the other side where this wheel is spinning. I'm going to hold the tire and stop it from spinning. Okay, the tire, I'm holding the tire, is not spinning. Now it's spinning again. Okay, let me turn this off. Okay, so what happened? When this car came in, it had that C1035 code that the rear wheel speed sensor was not operating. There was no signal on the scan tube, and when I put the digital volt ohm meter on the circuitry, which I showed you where I did that, it had a 0.056. Even though the wheel was spinning, it had a 0.056 even though the wheel was not spinning. The left rear speed sensor signal showed a 0.056 when the wheel wasn't spinning, and it showed a 0.167 when the wheel was spinning. So that led me to believe that activity was being shown on the left rear wheel. Therefore, I should have gotten the same reading on the right rear. And as I told you, what was bad in this was the axle. The axle tone ring had rusted off, so the signal could not be sent to the computer, to the ABS computer. But now it's okay. But the purpose of this video was simply to show you that you can detect some activity without having an oscilloscope with your digital volt ohm meter. It won't show every hiccup like a meter will, but at least it can show you something. Now, if you have an intermittent problem, like a glitch, then that's probably where you would need to have your oscilloscope so you can try to catch a glitch. But we as mechanics hope that we don't have those type of problems, because we may be tracing that stuff down for days.